when we were looking at limits yesterday, we were looking at just the intro, like what is a limit? And how would you find it? And what we would do is we would keep plugging in x values that get closer and closer to the limit that we're trying to find. Sometimes, actually most of the problems that you guys saw last night, or maybe tonight, when you plug in the limit number, you get an undefined answer. And so that didn't help. You didn't know where the limit actually ended. So for these ones, you're not going to get an undefined one. So if you wanted to find the limit, like for example, this first one right here, if you want to find the limit of x to the third power as x gets closer and closer to 2, all you have to do is plug it in. So what's my answer? 8. 2 to the third power is 8. That's all you have to do. Okay? Yeah? So this next one is a bigger function. Yeah, so anyways, the point of this is to show you guys that there's different laws for the limits. So here we can split this up into 3 different limits. You can say the limit of x to the third as x approaches 2 plus the limit of 5x as x approaches 2. And this x actually is not supposed to be there. I'm going to color him out. Sorry about that. And plus the limit as x approaches 2 of 7. And so the basic laws of limits say that you can find the limit of each of these to find the limit of this thing right here. You could even go even further. You can take out this 5 right here, okay, and find the limit as x approaches 2 of x. Okay, but I'm not going to go that far with this one. I just want to plug in the 2. So we're going to plug in 2 for the first one. We get 8. The second one, we plug it in, we get 10. And the last one, we get 7. Whenever you have your rule is just 7, the limit is always just going to be 7. And so our answer is going to be 25. Is that right?
Yeah. How can you separate it?
Okay, yeah. Some of you guys are thinking, how can you separate it? Because you can just plug it in from the beginning and get that answer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. Okay, but we're going to run into situations next section where we're going to have to know how to split things up. And so this is just kind of practice. Okay? Now this one right here, the law says, the limit law, says that we can go and take that square root and just put everything inside of it. So the limit of x to the third plus 5x plus 7 as x approaches 2, that's going to be 25 inside, right? I put minus? Supposed to be plus? Okay. We already did this part right here, so we know that's going to be 25, so I can just put 25 in there, so my answer is going to be 5. Okay, so what are we learning right now? 1, to find a limit. If it exists, you can just plug it in.
How do you know when to plug it in?
What's that?
How do you know when to plug it in?
How do you know when to plug it in? If it exists. And then next section, we're going to look at when it's discontinuous. Like, what are some tricks that we can do instead of like picking numbers like what we were doing, how we get closer and closer and closer. Instead of doing that, what else can we do to find the limit if it says it's undefined? Okay, so we're going to get to that. Okay, let's take a look at these. All right, this is the limit of this gnarly guy as t approaches -1. All right, so what we can do is we can split it up or we can just plug it in.
Plug it in.
You guys want to split it up?
Just plug it in.
Okay.
I just split it up.
Okay, we got to split it up.
You have to?
We have to split it up.
It's a requirement?
Okay. Please don't do it. Okay, I'm going to split it up. The limit of t as t approaches -1. And then we're going to add the limit of 6 as t approaches -1. Divided by the limit of 2 as t approaches -1 times the limit of t as t approaches -1. But we have to raise that 1 to the 4th. Okay, so for this one right here, we're going to get -1. Then for this one right here, we get 6. For this one right here, we get 2. And for this one right here, we're going to get -1, but we have to raise it to the 4th power, so then it becomes +1. So we get 5/3. Or you can write 1 2/3. Sorry, I got to fix this. This says 2 times 1. So we have 5/2. Okay. Alright, so for this one right here, let's just plug it in. So we have 3 raised to the -1/4, and we're multiplying that times 3 plus 5 raised to the 1/3.
I can't see the screen.
Sorry.
Wait, what happened?
Sitting right in front of you doesn't really help.
Oh, the T is not.
Yeah, I'm just going to plug them in. I'm not going to split it up this time. Why, did you already split it up? Good for you. Okay. No, it's not good for me. Bad for me. Okay, 3 plus 5 is 8. And what is 8 raised to the 3rd power? 1/3 power. That is 2. Because that is the same as saying the 3rd root of 8. And so that gives me 2. To make the exponent positive, you would put it on the bottom of the fraction. So it would be 3 to the 1/4. To simplify this, we multiply 2 times this fraction. It's going to be 2/3 to the 1/4. Yeah, it's kind of ugly looking.